Hey, my great people. Thank you so much for joining me today once again. This is Faith Kosgei TV, and I really want to appreciate you for always, following me and following the discussions and what we share here, because we do it all to the glory of God. I want to say thank you for those who give us feedback, whether positive or negative. It goes on to shape our discussions here and what we do. So thank you so much. And I encourage you to also give us feedback and more so to listen so that we also get the blessing, so that we do not work in vain. Thank you so much. So today we have quite of an interesting topic, a little different from what we've been doing, but I know it will bless you. I thank God for the revelations on matters that we discuss here. I will tell you that before I started this program, I had a series of topics, but so far I haven't touched any of those. The ones I've been discussing here are the ones that are literally revealed to my heart by God, and I'm really grateful for that. I pray that you get the blessing. So today we are going to talk about something called the art of decision making and problem solving. So I want to just, have a talk with you on, to appreciate the importance of decision making, first of all, before we look at the details of the principles and the levels of decision making. So let's begin. I'll begin by saying that, see, everything that you see when you open your eyes, everything you see, everything that you think is wow or not wow, is as a result of a decision that was made or not made, or lack of it. Whether the decision was poor or good is a discussion for another day. But the thing is that whether we make decisions or not, things happen. So we want to be able to come to the place of taking charge of what happens around us, so that things do not just happen, and we drift by, and before we know it, we are in a very difficult place, and then we start blaming God. I know that decision making is usually really, it's quite involving. Of course, there are those minor decisions that we have every other day, so many of them. Some of them we do it unconsciously, but there are those major decisions that affects our lives. Major decisions that take us from one level to the other. You see, dear ones, this thing of being clueless, idealess, disinterested, you are not involved in anything, is really a weapon from hell. It is important that we come to the table or to the chair of decision making on matters that affect our lives. Unfortunately, the many times we say, so and so will decide. What have you decided? I think I'll go by that one. Hey, what about your opinion now? And it's about you. You see, those are the kind of things. So if we drift by, before long, as I said, you will be in a place that's so difficult for you. You don't even understand how you got there. And life flows like a river. It flows like a river. If you do not make the right decisions now, you will not get the opportunity again. It just passes. So my hope is that by the end of this discussion, we'll have this a mental awakening, so that we avoid the idea of mental laziness or mass mental laziness. You can imagine mass mental laziness. Even if you're a leader in such a circumstance, what do you do? It's normally, the population or the people that you lead become very, very heavy. Yet we are all equipped in our minds to make decisions. Okay. So I want to say that it is the duty of every human being to make decisions. It is our way of survival, or is it thriving? Decisions, a human being must make decisions. You cannot leave it to somebody else. I know when we were growing up, of course, our parents were helping us to make decisions. Our teachers were helping us to make decisions, our pastors. But, you get to a world where you've got to make decisions for your own self. Unfortunately, some people have, found themselves there and they're unprepared. So you face real life issues and you still wish, hey, where is mom here? Hey, it's okay to console, but when you become over dependent on people who supported you when you were young, now when you are grown up and a youth, energetic, everything, you still leaning back there, then there's a problem. And therefore, I also want to emphasize that for those of us who have children, you're raising up children, we need to begin to help our children to expose them to decision making, even when they're still young. Yeah? As we say always, we are raising grown-ups, we are not raising children. So when they are all grown and they're out there, they need to make decisions for themselves. And by the way, in freedom, very important, in freedom. When people are all grown out of that, that enclosure of your parents and whoever, teachers, whatever, you get to the world of making decisions in freedom. So you have all the choices. Now pick them for yourself. So if you did not get cultured in a way that helps you make reasonable decisions, crazy errors. And it brings a lot of suffering. And then you wonder, Kwani, other people are lucky or what? What's wrong with me? No, it's just an issue of the mind. It's an issue of how we make up our minds and how we pick on the decisions whenever we are confronted with choices. So this is a discussion to really help us and to seek that we come to the table of decision making, whether at personal level or other levels. Obviously, we come from different grounds, though we have this common mind of wanting to succeed in life. We must appreciate also that we come from different grounds. So, knowing your ground, then there are decisions you have to make, in relation to your ground for you to be able to achieve the kind of success that you want. So when you are making decisions, if you have got to make good decisions, the issue of pity party, I'm not lucky, that kind of thing, or I'm coming from a more special ground, there's nothing like that. We are all equipped for decision making, regardless of the levels that we are. So, decision making has different levels. I will be discussing them going forward, but I can mention them now. That we have the personal level, the most important one, if you ask me. The team level, when I say the team level, I'm talking about the family, organizations, community level, national level. When we talk, I'm now referring to the team element, where you come together to make a decision. Then leadership level. Of course, leadership has other levels there, but we will get to that as we proceed. Now, the principles of decision making at personal level. Let me start by saying that really, it's the will of God that we prosper. Looking at 3 John 1:2, it says, "Beloved," that was St. Paul, "Beloved, I pray that in every way you may prosper and enjoy good health, as your soul also prospers." So even as we prosper in our spiritual lives, it is the will of God that we also prosper in health and in any other good thing good. It is the will of God. It is the will. You must know that. Jeremiah 33:3, God tells us to call on him and he will show us great and mighty things, that he will answer us. The NIV version says that he will He will show us great and mighty things that are unsearchable. Meaning, yes, so many things have been searched around here, but if we call on him, he will show us those great and mighty things that are unsearchable. Meaning we have the backing of our Father when it comes to decision making. You don't have to fear. Do not fear failure. He will take care of it altogether. We have his backing. You will get it right.